Chapter 1. Introduction to the Country and People. When Rabindranath Tagore wrote, "My golden Bengal, I love you," he had in mind the form of present Bengal, and at that time the border of that Bengal was the Bay of Bengal in the south, the Tarai in the north. Bengal with that geographical border is no longer now. Like in ancient times, it has become fragmented again. In 1947, the British divided Bengal and gave one part called West Bengal to India, and the other part, East Bengal, to Pakistan. East Bengal, which fell into Pakistan's share, then became an independent sovereign nation Bangladesh through a bloody war. But even now, when we pronounce the word Bangladesh, the form of present Bengal floats in front of us. The present Bengal that we think of from time to time also has its geographical borders. But they were different at different times. In ancient times, Bengal was divided into Samatata, Harikela, Tamralipti, Banga, Radha, Putha, etc., according to Niharanjan Roy. Among the various districts of ancient Bengal, Banga and Bengal were only two districts, but the name present and medieval Bangladesh originated from these two names. Although Shashanka tried to unite Bengal under the name Gaur, Atan became the ruler of Gaur in approximately 606 AD, and the Pala and Sena kings tried, but it did not succeed. That was the fortune of the name Banga. However, it had its consequences during the time of Akbar 1556 to 1606, when it was known as Samag Bangla. Suba Bangla, during the time of the India Company, Bengal, Bihar and Orissa were governed by the Governor-General and his council. Lord Dalhousie, 1848 to 1856, started the new Bengal province under the lieutenant governor in 1854. The Bengal province had subdivisions: Bengal proper, Bihar, Orissa, and Chota Nagpur. At that time, the geographical boundaries of Bengal province were the Himalayan mountain range in the north, Nepal, Bhutan, and Sikkim in the valley, the roaring Bay of Bengal in the south, the lush forests of Noakhali and Chittagong on the coast, the gray walls of Assam, Garo, Kasia, and Jayantia hills in the east, and the forests of Bihar and Orissa in the west. This was the Bengal of the British period, the Bengal of 28 districts divided into 5 divisions. The present Bangladesh was known as East Bengal, then East Pakistan, until 1956, and through the bloody war of 1971, it became independent Bangladesh. There is a beautiful saying in the book, Sonar Bangla, edited by Gopal Haldar. Man builds his country with compassion, and the country builds that man. In this give and take of man and soil, the fall of the nation, the rise and fall, the history, the brilliance of its success, and the darkness of its failure. Bengalis have been formed with love for Bengal. Those who lived in this region in ancient times did not yet express their Bengali identity intertwined with the special bond of language and culture. The process of this bond of unity began in the Middle Ages while describing the history of ancient Bengal. Niharanjan Roy wrote that the characteristics of the nation and language developed within the confines of a special physical boundary, and it is because of this unity of people and language that the present Bangladesh and that country are surrounded by distinct geographical or physical boundaries on all sides. The present state boundary does not follow this physical indication. It is true that the historian has to follow that indication. That is the direction of history. 1. The mentality of the people of East Bengal has been formed as a result of geographical location and physical influence. Whenever we think of East Bengal or Bangladesh, rivers, boats, green trees, and the vast plains that stretch to the horizon come to mind. How these natural features have influenced the minds and lives of the people of East Bengal, we will discuss below, whenever we discuss the geography of Bangladesh or any other topic. The first thing that comes to mind is rivers. Many rivers have died due to climate change and natural causes, but the ones that are still there are still the defining features of our geography. A historian wrote, "The history of Bengal is the history of the rivers of Bengal." It is not true. The river is the soul of the Bengali. He always wanted to be near the river and lovingly named the river Madhumati Ichamati. Dujkumar, Kapotaksha Kanfuli, or Bengali. Just like the veins of our body, the rivers in this country are the same. How the river flows in our minds can be understood in the works of those writers who were born in East Bengal. The river has somehow come back in their works. In this case, Manik Banerjee's Padma Nadirmaji or Advaita Malavarman's Titas is a river name. A picture of how the river controls the lives of the people of East Bengal can be found in this novel. And poetry? It is enough to mention the name of one Jibanananda Das. According to scientists, the characteristic of the river's flow is the ups and downs. and the speed of the river decreases, increases, or changes, and the ups and downs of the river have a special relationship with the trade, state, and suffering of Bengal. So we see that over the years. The rivers and regions of Bangladesh and their people have been shaped and broken, and many folk tales have been drowned in the waters of the river. For this reason, it seems that the people of Bengal have given another name to the river. Once surprised by seeing Bangara, he wrote, "Where I had seen a lake, there is now a plain. Where I had seen a village, there is now a river like impure river."